Well, it's visit right now. I just see back with another upload. Watching the horse short, 12 horse shorts today, and yeah, there's really nothing else to say. But let's just get into this video. Here we go.
Oh, so you ain't got pay me
12 horse shorts. Terrence Nicholson.
This story happened to me a couple years ago. It happened on a Saturday night. I was typing out a school report for my English class and was pretty worn out from the tedious amount of thinking that transpired throughout the paper. I decided to take a break and procrastinate a little bit, and maybe watch a couple of YouTube videos.
Okay.
I needed to take some stress off my mind, but didn't really have to do an event at all.
What?
This gave me the idea to visit a chat room called Omegle. For those of you who don't know what Omegle is, it's a chat room where you can literally video chat with random strangers online with a computer webcam. Needless to say, Omegle definitely helped with my social skills growing up as a child, so I was always active on it.
Always active.
I remember this one particular night. I was having trouble meeting new people.
Always active.
This left me a little frustrated, to say the least, but that's the kind of thing to expect when you're on these kind of chat sites.
This is funny to me.
That's when I stumbled upon this one guy. He looked to be around the same age group as myself, and seemed like a pretty harmless individual. I decided to say hi.
Hey, this is scary.
He didn't say anything back, he just typed the word hi in the chat box. I found it kind of weird that he would go through the effort of typing out hi as opposed to just saying hi.
Right, why would you just type it? Just say
He
it.
then waved at me and began typing
he's a
something
maniac.
else. He introduced himself in the chat box saying, "My name is Daniel.
My name is Daniel. What's your name?"
Said, "My name is James. How are you?"
My name is James. How
He
are
then
you?
stares at the camera and doesn't say a word to me, completely dismissing the fact that I just asked him a question.
He must want you to type it in
At
the
this
chat.
point, I was convinced that this had to be some sort of pre-recorded video
Dude,
and that
just-
someone was just trolling me.
Terrence.
That's when he began typing in the chat box again, saying, "I'm deaf. Please type in the chat box unless you know sign language." I honestly felt stupid and immediately typed, "No worries, my name is James," and gave a quick thumbs up as an act of kind gesture. He immediately typed back saying, "Nice to meet you, James," and gave me a thumbs up as well.
Oh.
He then typed something else that left me dumbfounded.
Yeah.
He said, "I will use my whiteboard to chat with you going forward, because my hands will be occupied." I was confused by what he meant by that, so I typed,
Whoa, okay.
"What do you mean by your hands being occupied?"
Yeah.
He then starts writing on a whiteboard and raises it up on the screen, which read,
Wanna play a game? Oh my god.
"Sure, what game do you want to play?"
Sure.
What he did next is something I will never forget to this day.
What?
He held a revolver up with one hand and the whiteboard up with the other hand, saying,
Let's play Russian
play
roulette.
Russian
Oh!
Honestly, quite creeped out by this guy.
Let's play Russian roulette.
Stop option to skip this weirdo. That's when he wrote another message on the whiteboard saying, 1 of 6. I was confused by what 1 of 6 meant.
Put one bullet
He
out
then
of the
took
6
revolver,
revolvers.
slipped one bullet inside the cylinder, and began
And
spinning it with his other hand.
Oh my god.
I now knew what he meant by 1 of 6. It seemed like the guy was about to demonstrate an act of Russian roulette with one bullet in the cylinder of 6. He then puts the revolver against his head. I began typing. "What are you doing? Please stop this." The guy then smiles.
Oh my god, no.
Pulls the trigger.
Oh
Nothing
my
happened.
god.
He starts laughing hysterically like a psycho. I was honestly disturbed, but also skeptical that the gun was
what the
real, so I
freak is
typed,
wrong with him?
"Is that even real?" He then points the revolver at the wall and begins to repeatedly press the trigger until the shot was fired. I was completely blown away by what I was seeing and typed, "Dude, you could have died!" That's when the guy raised the whiteboard to the screen again, showing the message, 5 of 6. I frantically started typing, "Don't do it," repeatedly in the chat box, desperately trying to get his attention. He then began loading the revolver with 5 bullets while I gestured no by waving my hands back and forth like a lunatic.
Oh my god.
I knew the odds
what?
of surviving this time were slim to none.
Why is those hands
He
like
the
that?
revolver against his head once again and begins to disturbingly smile with tears running down his face. He began mumbling the words, "It was nice meeting you, James." I immediately slammed my laptop shut as I hear a gunshot a split second before the laptop was fully closed. I was left baffled on my computer desk. I hadn't a clue what to do. I stupidly opened my laptop
Oh my god!
with my eyes closed. I pressed my hand against the screen where the video chat was located. I open my eyes, and through the cracks of my fingers, I can see blood displayed everywhere on the screen.
Oh my
I immediately click the exit button on the Google Chrome tab and call it a night. To this day, I'm still skeptical about what I saw that night. I haven't reported anything to the police, nor have I reported anything to Omegle. I'm not sure if that was the wisest decision.
What the
I hope I never encounter anyone like that again.
You might just do. Huh? What? Oh my god. Yeah, son. You're done. Alright, this next one is called True Devil Horror Story by Nightmare Horror Films. Let's see. Ooh, 4th of July.
1995. I was in the middle of my junior year at my college, and a bunch of my friends had come down to visit me and my roommate for the festivities. We were all pretty hungover from drinking the night before, and we went out for the usual post-greasy breakfast hangover stroll around the neighborhood.
Okay.
2 of these friends were twin brothers. One of them we hung out with all the time. The other we just met for the first time. It was pretty normal the night before, joining in on the fun, but on this day, we were all hanging out around the local basketball court, shooting hoops with an old basketball we found in the grass.
Old basketball.
And this twin brother kept following me around all over the place.
What the freak?
With the creepiest grin I've ever seen.
You getting punched in the face, my guy.
Right into the nether regions of my soul the whole time. So I back away and then I joined the group again. And he kept following me around. When we were walking back to the apartment, it was just me and him walking down the sidewalk behind the group.
He getting punched.
And he moved in front of me. He stared at me with that creepy look again and fell down to his knees.
He getting punched.
He was to worship me or something.
He is getting punched if he ever
I didn't know what to do or say, so I said, "Hey, buddy,
getting punched.
You alright? We're heading back now, right?" And so on. He wouldn't say anything. He'd just be there on his knees, looking up at me with this clenched face and squinted eyes as if we were looking directly into the sun or something. A few weeks later, we got a phone call from the twin brother that we usually hung out with. And it turned out that his other twin brother went over to his aunt's house with a knife and stabbed her 14 times. She didn't die, but still pretty bad. He had even called the police before.
Oh my god.
Because he knew he was going to do it. So who was this guy that told him to go kill her? Well, as the newspaper article described, it was this guy in the group he hung out with on New Year's Day. It didn't take me long to realize that he was talking about me. This was over 20 years ago. I know for a fact that it was a mental illness, but just knowing that I somehow commanded him to go kill his aunt just stays with me to this day.
Wow. Oh my god. No. This next one's called True Americans.
This happened to me about a year ago. I used to be a janitor for a cleaning agency.
We gotta do a few more.
No, that's to clean various locations. One day, my cleaning agency gave me a cleaning contract at a psychiatric ward, also known as an asylum. To be honest, I was a bit hesitant to take the job, just because of the superstition of asylums being haunted, but
that's what you're gonna
I took it anyway because the pay was decent. Later that day, when I arrived there, I see a huge building. To be honest, I was quite creeped out since the asylum was secluded in the middle of nowhere. When I arrive inside, I notice people giving me an inviting stare. I'm not just talking about the patients, I'm also talking about the employees as well. To be honest, I kept it professional and began to do my job. I remember mopping the hallway and seeing some really bizarre things. I saw some creepy looking patients that had a disturbing look to them. I don't know, they just looked like the kind of people you would see in one of these exorcist movies. I remember seeing this one guy that really gave me the chills.
This dude is
It was a man who looked to be about 7 feet tall. He gave me this really disturbing smile, like he wanted to kill me.
Smile.
I can see a nurse instructing him to lay on his bed. He didn't look too happy after that. I also remember seeing a swimming class taking place. Well, not exactly a swimming class, just a bunch of patients in a swimming pool. They were all holding an exercise ball and mimicking the actions of the instructor. I personally found it unsettling, to say the least.
Yeah.
When it was around the end of my shift, I was getting ready to head home.
Yeah, head home.
I noticed all the patients' doors were closed, except for one room. I could see someone laying on the floor with their legs.
I'm running out the window. I don't care who. I don't care. It was a 7th story. I'm jumping out the window. I'm going out like that.
I then saw the person getting yanked into the room.
Oh my god!
That honestly startled the crap out of me. I then noticed a puddle of blood streaming out from the room and onto the hallway.
Oh my god!
I decided to approach the room and see what the hell was going on. As I peeked inside the room, I saw one of the most disturbing things ever. It was the tall man I saw earlier. He was biting the hell out of one of the nurse's neck.
Oh my god.
I could see the nurse's eyes gouged out with blood pouring everywhere.
Oh my god.
I carefully made sure to not scream or make a sound. I got the hell out of there and immediately started driving off.
Get out of there.
I even called the cops while driving. To this day, I'm still traumatized by what I saw that night. I'm not sure exactly what happened to the tall man, but he still gives me the chills just thinking about him.
Oh my god. Caution warning. He's still in there? Oh, y'all better watch out for that dude. Next one. True high school horror story uploaded by Nightmare Films. Okay.
This is a story about a girl in my high school. I go to high school just like any normal person would.
Okay.
But I was having a little trouble with my grades.
Okay.
So I started staying after school to do a little extra work to bring my grades up. But I've noticed in school that there has been this quiet girl that attended tutoring alone with 8 other people. The thing is, I would always see her staring at me, never taking her eyes off of me. I really didn't mind it, but it felt really creepy. This kept going on for about 2 weeks. At this point, I was feeling very uncomfortable.
Wait, is that a girl and a girl? What kind
One
of
day when
voice?
school ended and tutoring started, I sit as far away as possible from her. We go home at around 6 p.m. And this day I got on the bus.
Bullshit party, Mark.
There was only one bus because there were so many people. And as usual, I would sit as far away as possible from her.
You better.
But that day, when I got off of my bus stop, she got off too.
Okay.
This was weird as she always got off at a different bus stop. But I really didn't pay any attention to it. I thought maybe she changed her bus stop or something, I don't know.
That makes sense.
I really didn't think about it.
Yeah.
It was getting dark, and it was about a 1 mile walk from my bus stop to my home. But I noticed that the girl has been following me for about 2 minutes, and I didn't know why. This of course bothered me, but there wasn't really much I could do. I just ignored her, minding my own business, and I kept walking.
Keep walking.
2 minutes later, I noticed that she kept following me. I started to get the feeling that maybe she was lost or something. It was dark, and then she started talking to herself. She was acting really weird, and I just wanted to ignore it, but she kept whispering to herself. I could hear mumbling. The sound was getting closer and closer, so I picked up the pace. When I picked up the pace, she also did too.
Ooh, freak.
She then let out a scream that was so damn loud that it almost made me pee my pants. I started sprinting. She went chasing after me.
Oh my god.
I was getting scared, so I ran around the neighborhood. I didn't want her to go to my house because she would know where I live. Around the corner, I saw a bush large enough for me to hide in.
Yeah, jump in.
Then she stopped as she thought that she lost me. When she stopped, she took a deep breath and she ran away. I stayed there for about 5 more minutes just to make sure. I was thinking to myself that this girl was insane and had some mental problems.
Yup.
After this horrifying experience, I didn't go to after school tutoring again.
She in your locker. Oh my god. You're not scary at all. I just jumped. You know what I'm saying? Next one. True Airbnb horror story. Okay.
This happened to me on a trip to Lyon, France. I was travelling solo from the States and had booked a stay with this old couple in their house.
Okay.
I'd say old. They must have been in their mid-60s. It was a new listing and only had a couple of reviews, but they were both really positive. From the photos, I could tell that this place wasn't exactly a 5-star joint, but for the price, it was a steal and in a great location to boot.
Okay.
That first night when I arrived, the older couple actually made dinner for me. It was a nice touch, and who was I to refuse? Their English was decent, so we chatted and shared a few stories, and afterwards I went to explore the city and get a few drinks. I must have returned around 10 p.m, and my hosts were nowhere to be seen. In bed asleep, I figured. The pair had told me at dinner to help myself to a little wine, which is precisely what I did when I got in.
Oh man.
Nice folks.
They put something there.
Afterwards, I went up to my bedroom to settle down myself. Now, I usually have trouble sleeping, but that night I fell asleep with surprising ease.
Somebody in your bed.
Traveling that day had worn me out, and that little bit of wine probably helped too, I guess. I'm not sure what time it was, but I awoke in the night to a flash of lightning. You know when your eyes are closed, but you can still tell there was a flash of bright light?
Yeah.
Well, it was just like that. I remained curled up in bed with my eyes still shut, waiting for the crash of thunder to come with it. I counted the passing seconds in my head. My mum always used to tell me that however many seconds there were between the lightning and thunder, that was how many miles away it had struck. So I'm there, counting away in my head. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20, 30. That's odd, I thought. No thunder. It was then, through closed eyelids, that I sensed another lightning flash.
Yep. Get up. It's time to get up.
I waited for the thunder.
It's time to get up.
It never came.
Get up.
I sat up in bed and opened my eyes,
why
just
you
to
smiling?
see if my sleep-hazed mind was playing tricks on me. It hadn't been. Inside my bedroom were my two hosts. Initially, I didn't realize just how bizarre this situation was. I was still in that confused, just out of sleep state.
Is his eyes got out of his head?
I knew there was something off about their expressions. As my eyes adjusted, I could tell.
Oh my god.
They were both wearing masks. Latex masks of old human faces with exaggerated features.
That's a human face.
The flashes had been from the camera the woman was holding. They had been taking pictures of me whilst I slept. The husband was nearer to the bed than the wife though, and he was in mid-step, moving closer.
He was a wrench.
She was further back by the door. It was as if he wanted to be in the pictures.
Yeah.
With me now awake, they both froze like a pair of mannequins. What do you want? At the time,
what was you? I'm jumping out the window.
To say. The adrenaline hadn't kicked in yet.
What do you want? Like,
I was more confused.
You think that's gonna scare them away?
You're dreaming, said the male, his voice muffled behind the latex mask. Then, backing up towards the door.
Sad.
Good night. It wasn't until I noticed the metal wrench in the old man's hand that the situation fully dawned on me.
Yeah, lock the door.
I quickly gathered my shit and made for the front door, glancing around like crazy in case the old fucks tried to ambush me with the wrench from around a corner.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I contacted the police immediately, though nothing ever came of it.
Good job.
My evidence was all anecdotal. The old geezers had been smart enough to delete all of the pictures. My complaints to Airbnb were largely ignored too, though the old couple did remove their listing from the site.
Wow.
I don't know what all of that was about. Some cult-like shit? A messed up fetish?
Wow, that was...
potential snuff pictures they were making. The old man was definitely in the shots, and it was clear that he was trying to step towards me.
They was taking pictures of them.
Wrench in hand.
They was gonna kill you.
Whatever the case, I'll never complain about being a light sleeper again. I still check Airbnb regularly, just to make sure they don't use it to lure anyone else in.
Dang. It's crazy. What the freak they doing in there? Oh.
Okay, guys,
Oh,
I'm
what?
in the wrong for him.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm doing.
Okay. This is the end of this video. my best friend is getting scared.
I can end it.
Yes, you can end it. You can end it for me.
Alright, right now?
Yep. Thanks for watching this video. You comment, subscribe, and start that like button. Subscribe today, and make sure you hit that notification bell at the top and start that like button. And I'll see you guys next time.